What is the true power of man? We often think of power as something external, a title, wealth, or dominance over others. But the real power lies not in what we control, but in how we connect, influence, and inspire the truth. It's not about the strength of your fists or the size of your empire. It's about your ability to lead with purpose. The most profound power of man comes when he aligns himself with a purpose greater than himself. This purpose acts as a compass, guiding decisions and actions that leave a lasting impact on those around him. And yet, power does not require perfection. In fact, the strongest leaders are often the ones most willing to show their vulnerability, to be open, to admit flaws, and to acknowledge that we don't have all the answers. This is where true strength emerges. In those moments of vulnerability, we inspire others not through our achievements, but through our humanity. One of the greatest gifts we possess is the power of choice. Every day, we make decisions that shape our destiny. The way we react to adversity, the way we choose to stand up in the face of fear, and the way we choose to lift others up in times of need, all of these actions are expressions of power. But perhaps the most enduring form of power is our ability to influence, not through command, but through trust and respect. Influence is not about forcing others into compliance. It's about creating a shared vision, fostering collaboration, and guiding people toward a collective goal. When we act with authenticity, when we listen deeply and lead with empathy, we gain a power that no one can take from us. The power of man is also rooted in our ability to grow. It's easy to feel weak when faced with difficulty, but often our greatest strengths are born in times of challenge. Adversity shapes us. It builds resilience, adaptability, and character. It teaches us how to lead, not from a place of ease, but from a place of experience and strength gained through struggle. But true power is not a zero-sum game. It doesn't diminish when we empower others. In fact, when we lift those around us, we amplify our own influence. The more we help others discover their own power, the more we strengthen the collective force that drives us all toward a brighter future. Power also lies in vision. To have power is to see what others cannot yet see. It is to see the potential in the present moment and imagine the possibilities for the future. And then it is to have the courage to guide others toward that future, even when the road is uncertain. And finally, the power of man is found in integrity. In a world full of distractions, temptations, and easy shortcuts, true power comes from remaining steadfast to your values. When you stand by what you believe in, when you lead with honesty and authenticity, the power you hold becomes timeless. So the true power of man isn't measured by what he has or what he commands. It is measured by his ability to inspire, to choose, to influence, to grow, to envision, and to lead with integrity. The power of man lies in the heart, not the hands. It is not given, it is earned, nurtured, and shared. And it is the most transformative force we have in shaping a better world. Power, in its truest form, doesn't reside in what we can control or dominate. It's found in our ability to inspire and connect with others. We often view power through the lens of authority, wealth, or physical strength. But the deepest, most lasting power comes from within. It's rooted in our capacity to make an impact, to influence not through force, but through purpose and authenticity. The essence of power begins with the understanding that it's not about holding the reins of everything around us. It's about knowing how to channel our energy towards something greater than ourselves. Real power emerges when we inspire others to believe in a shared vision, when we act not out of a desire for recognition or control, but out of a commitment to a cause that transcends our own interests. True power doesn't just shape circumstances, it shapes hearts and minds, cultivating an environment where others feel empowered to contribute, collaborate, and grow. This root of power is not something that can be easily grasped or measured. It's not the loudest voice in the room or the one who demands attention. It's often the quiet influence, the person who leads with integrity, who attracts others not by demanding respect, but by earning it over time through consistent, purposeful action. When you embody a sense of purpose, when your actions align with your deepest beliefs and values, you radiate a power that is magnetic, a power that draws others toward you without ever forcing them. At its core, the root of power is deeply connected to one's ability to lead with authenticity. This means accepting our imperfections, embracing vulnerability, and showing up as our true selves. When we lead with authenticity, we give others the permission to do the same. In those moments of honesty and openness, when we acknowledge our flaws, people see the real us, not a facade designed to impress, but a person who understands that true strength comes from being whole, not perfect. Through that connection, we build trust, and trust is the foundation of all power that endures. True strength doesn't come from an impenetrable exterior or an unshakable facade. It emerges from our willingness to be vulnerable, to face our imperfections with honesty and courage. Vulnerability is often misunderstood, viewed as weakness or a flaw to be hidden, but in reality, it is the birthplace of authenticity, connection, and resilience. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we show that we are human, and in that humanity lies our greatest power. Being vulnerable means embracing the truth of who we are without the need for masks or pretenses. It's about admitting when we don't have all the answers, acknowledging our fears, and accepting that we are at times fragile. Yet, in these moments, we find an unparalleled strength. It's through our vulnerabilities that we connect most deeply with others. When we share our struggles, our doubts, our failures, we invite others to do the same. This creates a bond of trust and understanding where people feel safe to be themselves. Vulnerability fosters empathy, and in empathy, we find the power to move forward together stronger than before. Vulnerability also opens the door to growth. It is only through confronting our weaknesses that we can begin to address them, to learn from them, and to grow beyond them. Without vulnerability, we remain trapped in a cycle of pretending, avoiding discomfort and refusing to face our own limitations. But when we acknowledge where we fall short, we create space for improvement. Strength is not about denying weakness, but embracing it as a starting point for transformation. This willingness to be vulnerable requires courage, the courage to expose ourselves, to risk rejection, and to confront our fears. It's not easy to step into the unknown, to make ourselves susceptible to judgment. Yet it is this very courage that leads to breakthroughs, to new opportunities, and to deeper relationships. Vulnerability allows us to be more than just functional. It lets us be real. It opens the door for creativity and innovation as we are no longer held back by the fear of being imperfect or inadequate. In leadership, vulnerability is not a sign of weakness, but a demonstration of strength. A leader who is willing to show vulnerability inspires others to do the same. When we admit our mistakes or acknowledge when we don't know something, we create an environment where others feel safe to take risks, to ask questions, and to grow. The vulnerability, therefore, becomes a tool for building stronger, more resilient teams and communities, where people feel supported in their endeavors and empowered to face challenges together. Ultimately, true strength is not measured by the ability to be invincible or infallible. It's measured by the willingness to be open, to accept that we are not perfect, and to embrace the very qualities that make us human. Vulnerability is the foundation from which real, lasting strength grows. And it is through our openness and authenticity that we become our most powerful selves. Purpose-driven power is a force that transcends personal gain and ambition, focusing instead on a greater cause that inspires action, fosters unity, and drives meaningful change. When power is aligned with purpose, it becomes more than just a tool for influence. It transforms into a guiding force that not only shapes decisions, but also shapes lives. This kind of power isn't about being in control or dominating a situation. It's about recognizing that the choices we make and the paths we take can affect others in profound, lasting ways. Purpose gives power, direction, grounding it in something far greater than individual success or ego. When our actions are motivated by a sense of purpose, every decision, every step forward carries weight. Purpose fuels resilience, even in the face of adversity. It's the anchor that keeps us steady during turbulent times. It ensures that our drive is not just about achieving a goal, but about pursuing something that will leave a positive impact. something that will improve the lives of others or create a legacy that outlasts us. It shifts the focus from what can I get to what can I give. And in this shift, we unlock a power that is sustainable, ethical, and infinitely more fulfilling. Power driven by purpose is not fleeting, it's enduring. When we align our intentions with something meaningful, our actions resonate far beyond the immediate moment. The impact of purpose-driven power doesn't dissipate with the passing of time. It continues to ripple out, affecting generations, shaping cultures, and influencing societies. It motivates others to join in the cause, to contribute their own unique talents and perspectives, creating a collective energy that propels the vision forward. People are drawn to a purpose that resonates with their own values and beliefs. When they see that the power behind an initiative is fueled by genuine intention, they are more likely to invest themselves in the cause, bringing their full selves to the table. This alignment between power and purpose creates a profound sense of fulfillment. Rather than feeling hollow after achieving a milestone or acquiring material wealth, purpose-driven power fosters a deep sense of meaning. It's the satisfaction of knowing that what we've done contributes to a broader good, that we've used our abilities to solve problems, uplift others, and make the world a better place. This type of power doesn't just fill a personal void. It creates a shared sense of accomplishment and a mutual commitment to a vision that transcends individual needs. The real strength of purpose-driven power lies in its ability to inspire others to act in alignment with their own sense of purpose. It encourages collaboration, not competition, because the shared goal becomes the focal point. The pursuit of a common purpose transforms how we work with others, shifting from individual pursuits to collective aspirations. Power in this context is about uplifting one another, not just leading from the front, but supporting others as they pursue their own meaningful missions. It's about creating an ecosystem of growth where each individual's contribution adds to the strength and momentum of the greater purpose. Furthermore, purpose-driven power challenges us to operate with integrity and ethics. When power is aligned with a purpose that serves the greater good, decisions are guided by a moral compass. There's less temptation to make choices based on convenience, profit, or short-term gains. Instead, the long-term impact becomes the deciding factor, and integrity becomes the foundation upon which power stands. And this alignment creates trust both internally and externally. People follow not just because of what you can do for them, but because they believe in what you stand for and in the purpose you are striving toward. In the end, power that is anchored in purpose isn't just more effective, it's more meaningful. It's a power that inspires, elevates, and transforms. When we harness this power, we don't just lead others, we guide them towards something greater, something that resonates deeply within them. And in doing so, we discover that the true measure of power is not in what we accumulate, but in the positive change we help create and the lasting legacy we leave behind. The power of choice is one of the most profound and liberating abilities we possess. It is the ability to shape our lives, our futures, and the world around us through the decisions we make every day. Often, we overlook this power, feeling as though we are at the mercy of circumstances or bound by external forces. However, the truth is that at every moment, we are presented with choices, big and small, that define who we are and who we become. The power of choice is not just about the decisions we make, but about understanding that we are the architects of our own experiences and that our actions are a reflection of our agency. What makes the power of choice so significant is that it is inherently personal. No one else can make our choices for us, and no one else can dictate how we respond to the challenges we face. While we cannot always control the circumstances we find ourselves in, we can always control how we react to them. This is the essence of freedom, the ability to choose how we perceive situations, how we navigate obstacles, and how we shape the narrative of our lives. Every decision, whether conscious or unconscious, sends ripples through the fabric of our existence. In moments of hardship, the power of choice becomes even more evident. It is easy to feel powerless when faced with adversity, to believe that we are stuck in situations beyond our control. But even in those moments, we still have the power to choose how we respond. We can choose to let a setback define us, or we can choose to rise above it, to find meaning in the struggle, and to grow stronger as a result. We can choose to stay in the comfort of our fears, or we can choose to push beyond them, taking the first step into the unknown. These choices determine our resilience, our growth, and our ability to persevere. Choice is also a powerful tool for self-determination. The decisions we make shape our identities, for they reflect our values, our beliefs, and our priorities. Every time we make a choice, we are telling the world and ourselves who we are. The power of choice lies in its capacity to help us create the life we want to live. Whether we're deciding what career to pursue, who to spend our time with, or what principles to uphold, each choice brings us closer to becoming the person we envision. But the power of choice goes beyond the individual. Our choices also impact the people around us. Every decision we make has a ripple effect that can either uplift or diminish others. By choosing kindness, compassion, and respect, we inspire those around us to act with the same values. By choosing to lead with integrity, we set an example that others can follow. When we make choices that reflect a sense of responsibility to the greater good, we contribute to a culture of mutual respect, trust, and cooperation. Our choices are not just about us, they are about the collective impact we have on the world. In a world that often seems chaotic or uncertain, the power of choice offers a sense of agency. It reminds us that while we may not be able to control everything, we always have control over how we respond. The way we approach each day, how we engage with the people in our lives, and how we take ownership of our circumstances are all choices we make. In these choices, we find our freedom, our strength, and our potential. Furthermore, the power of choice is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. Every day offers a new opportunity to decide how we will show up in the world, what we will prioritize, and how we will pursue our goals. This continuous ability to choose allows us to course correct when necessary, to evolve and adapt, and to shape the trajectory of our lives with intention. The beauty of choice is that it is never too late to make a different decision, to pivot, or to start anew. It is an ever-present force available to us at every moment. Ultimately, the power of choice is a gift, one that carries both responsibility and immense potential. It is the foundation upon which we build our lives, and it is the key to unlocking the future we desire. By recognizing and embracing our ability to choose, we empower ourselves to live with purpose, to navigate challenges with confidence, and to create the world we want to see. The choices we make today become the story we tell tomorrow, and within each choice lies the power to transform not only our own lives, but the lives of those around us. The power to influence is one of the most profound forms of strength we can possess. It goes far beyond authority or control. It is rooted in our ability to connect, communicate, and inspire. While many equate influence with leadership, it is not reserved for those with titles or positions of power. Influence is available to anyone who understands the subtle yet powerful art of persuasion through respect, empathy, and trust. It is not about demanding change, but about fostering it in such a way that others feel compelled to follow, not because they have to, but because they believe in the cause, the vision, or the direction being set. At the core of influence is the ability to listen, to understand others' needs, desires, and concerns. It's about taking the time to truly hear people, not just waiting for our turn to speak, but actively engaging with what they have to say. When we listen with intention, we not only gain insight into what motivates others, but we also show them respect. This respect creates a foundation upon which influence can be built. People are far more likely to be influenced by someone who has demonstrated they understand them and care about their well-being than by someone who merely seeks to impose their own agenda. Influence thrives on emotional intelligence, the ability to perceive, understand, and manage emotions in ourselves and others. People are driven by their emotions as much as, if not more than, their rational thoughts. Understanding what triggers an emotional response allows us to guide others through their feelings and lead them toward better decisions, creating an environment where collaboration and mutual respect flourish. This emotional connection is essential to influence because it allows us to appeal to the heart as much as to the mind, building rapport that can motivate, inspire, and unite. Another crucial aspect of influence is leading by example. Influence is not about telling others what to do, it's about showing them what is possible. When we live in alignment with the values we advocate, when we embody the behaviors we wish to see in others, we set a powerful example that speaks louder than words ever could. People are more likely to follow someone whose actions reflect their words, someone who demonstrates the courage, integrity, and dedication they preach. Leading through action creates a ripple effect, inspiring those around us to act in similar ways, amplifying our influence. Trust plays a significant role in the power to influence. Without trust, influence is shallow, fleeting, and easily broken. It is built over time through consistency, transparency, and a track record of doing what we say we will do. When others trust us, they are more likely to believe in our vision, to buy into our ideas, and to follow our lead. Trust is the foundation of any relationship, whether personal or professional, and once it's established, it unlocks the true potential of influence. Trust gives others confidence in our intentions, in our abilities, and in the direction we are taking, making them more willing to follow. But influence is not just about others following us, it's about empowering them to lead as well. True influence creates an environment where others feel supported, valued, and encouraged to step into their own power. It's about helping others discover their strengths, supporting them as they pursue their goals, and celebrating their successes. When we empower others, we increase our influence because we become more than just leaders. We become mentors, allies, and collaborators. Influence is most powerful when it is shared, when it creates a collective energy that moves people in the same direction toward a common goal. The power to influence is not about exerting force or pressure. It's about gently guiding, supporting, and inspiring others. It's about creating a space where people feel seen, heard, and valued, and where their own potential is brought to the forefront. Influence is most effective when it is authentic and rooted in a genuine desire to uplift others, not to manipulate them for personal gain. When we lead with integrity, when we act from a place of service rather than self-interest, our influence grows exponentially because it is grounded in trust, respect, and a shared sense of purpose. Ultimately, the power to influence is an invitation to create positive change, not just in ourselves, but in the world around us. It is about being a force for good, encouraging others to reach their full potential, and contributing to a collective movement toward a better future. Influence has the capacity to shift perspectives, inspire action, and bring people together in ways that no amount of authority or control can. It is the quiet strength that builds bridges, fosters understanding, and creates lasting impact in both the lives of individuals and the communities they inhabit. Connection is the foundation of lasting influence and meaningful change. In a world often focused on power, authority, and control, the true strength lies not in dominating or commanding, but in creating genuine connections. When we prioritize connection over control, we cultivate relationships built on trust, respect, and mutual understanding, allowing us to collaborate and achieve much more than we ever could alone. Connection is the bridge that links people to each other, to ideas, and to causes, creating a sense of belonging and shared purpose that no amount of force can replicate. When we focus on connection, we move away from the transactional nature of control, where relationships are based on what can be gained or extracted. Instead, we engage with others from a place of openness, curiosity, and empathy. This shift transforms the way we approach leadership, work, and collaboration. Instead of focusing on getting people to do what we want them to do, we focus on fostering an environment where people feel heard, valued, and empowered to bring their full selves to the table. Connection isn't about manipulating others to meet our needs. It's about mutual exchange, where both parties feel enriched and supported by the relationship. In any community or organization, the most effective and sustainable results come from working together in a spirit of collaboration. When people feel connected to each other, when they understand one another's strengths, struggles, and goals, they are far more likely to contribute to the collective success. People are drawn to environments where they feel they belong, where their ideas are respected, and where their voices matter. These environments foster creativity, innovation, and cooperation, things that can never be achieved through control alone. Control often stifles these qualities, creating fear, resistance, and disengagement. but connection nurtures them, allowing people to thrive and work together towards shared outcomes.
Mhm.
When we choose connection over control, we also choose to lead with vulnerability. We recognize that we don't have all the answers, and we're not trying to impose a perfect vision onto others. Instead, we invite others to share their perspectives, insights, and experiences, creating an environment where dialogue is valued over command. Vulnerability allows us to show that we are human, imperfect, and open to growth. It is in these moments of openness and humility that the deepest connections are formed. People are more likely to trust and follow those who are willing to be real with them, who don't pretend to have all the answers, but who genuinely care about building relationships and solving problems together. Connection fosters empathy, which is the key to understanding others' needs and motivations. When we take the time to listen deeply to those around us, we not only gain insight into their experiences, but we also build the kind of trust that makes collaboration possible. Empathy allows us to see the world from someone else's perspective, and it helps us recognize that their goals and challenges are just as important as our own. When we prioritize connection over control, we place value on the humanity of others, understanding that everyone brings something valuable to the table. This perspective encourages collaboration as opposed to competition and inspires people to contribute their skills and ideas toward a common cause. In a culture of control, people often feel pressured to conform to a certain mold, to suppress their individuality in favor of the larger agenda. In contrast, connection celebrates diversity. When we prioritize connection, we welcome differences in thought, background, and experience, understanding that these differences are what make us stronger. Each person's unique perspective can contribute to a more well-rounded, innovative approach to problem solving. Instead of trying to fit people into predefined roles or expectations, we create space for everyone to be their authentic selves, contributing in their own way. Ultimately, the power of connection lies in its ability to create lasting change. Connections are the threads that weave individuals, communities, and movements together, forming a powerful, united front. Control may lead to short-term compliance, but it can never inspire the kind of deep, lasting commitment that connection does. People are far more likely to commit to a cause, a team, or a leader when they feel genuinely connected to it, when they see their own values reflected in the mission, and when they believe their contributions are valued. This connection forms a bond that is far stronger and more resilient than any forceful command or external pressure. When we choose connection over control, we open the door to collaboration, creativity, and shared success. We realize that our power is not in our ability to direct or dictate, but in our ability to build relationships that are grounded in trust, empathy, and mutual respect. By prioritizing connection, we build communities where people feel seen, heard, and supported, allowing them to flourish and contribute in ways they never could if they were merely being controlled. Connection is the key to lasting change, to transforming both individuals and the collective, and to creating a future where people are united in purpose, not divided by authority. Growth through adversity is one of life's most powerful, yet often challenging experiences. In moments of hardship and struggle, it can feel as though the world is conspiring against us, pushing us to the brink of our endurance. Yet, it is often through these very challenges that we uncover our deepest reservoirs of strength, resilience, and capacity for change. Adversity, while difficult, has a unique ability to push us beyond our perceived limitations, forcing us to adapt, learn, and evolve in ways that comfort and ease never could. When faced with adversity, our first instinct is often to resist or escape the discomfort. We seek the quickest path to relief, avoiding the pain and uncertainty that accompany difficult situations. However, it is precisely in those moments of discomfort that the seeds of growth are planted. Just as a tree's roots must push through rocky soil to find nourishment, we too must navigate life's obstacles to discover our own strength and purpose. It is in the struggle that we are tested, and through these tests, we learn more about ourselves than we ever could in times of ease. We learn what we are made of, what we value most, and what we are capable of achieving when pushed to our limits. Adversity also teaches us the value of resilience. the ability to recover and adapt in the face of hardship. Resilience is not an innate trait that some people are simply born with. It is developed through experience, particularly through overcoming challenges. Each time we face adversity and rise from it, we build a little more resilience, a little more understanding of our own capacity to endure and adapt. This growth does not come easily, but the reward is profound. With each challenge we overcome, we become more confident in our ability to face whatever comes next. Resilience becomes a muscle, strengthened by the weight of each hardship we endure. In addition to resilience, adversity often fosters a sense of gratitude and perspective. When life is easy, it is easy to take things for granted. The simple joys of health, love, and security may go unnoticed until they are threatened. But when faced with difficulty, we gain a new perspective on what truly matters. We come to appreciate the things we may have once overlooked, realizing that much of our strength comes from the relationships we build, the lessons we learn, and the inner strength we discover when we face hardship head on. Adversity can help us reassess our priorities, shedding light on what is truly important and allowing us to focus on the things that bring lasting fulfillment rather than temporary comfort. Moreover, adversity often pushes us to become more creative and resourceful. When things are going smoothly, there is little incentive to change or think outside the box. But when faced with a challenge, we are forced to find new solutions, to innovate, and to step outside of our comfort zones. The ability to problem solve in times of difficulty often leads to the discovery of new skills, perspectives, and approaches that we would not have otherwise considered. These moments of innovation not only help us overcome the immediate challenge, but also leave us with tools and insights that we can apply in the future. Perhaps one of the most profound lessons adversity teaches us is humility. Facing challenges often forces us to confront our limitations, to accept that we cannot control everything and that there are forces beyond our understanding. Adversity humbles us, reminding us that we are not invincible, that we are not immune to suffering or failure. This humility fosters empathy as we come to understand the struggles of others and become more compassionate in our approach to them. It allows us to see the humanity in others, to recognize that everyone is fighting their own battles, and that kindness and understanding are often the most powerful tools we have to navigate the challenges of life together. Through adversity, we are also able to discover our sense of purpose. When things are easy, we may coast along without deeply questioning what drives us. But when faced with struggle, we are forced to search for meaning and find the reasons that keep us moving forward. Adversity encourages introspection and self-discovery. It forces us to dig deep within ourselves, to uncover the values and passions that guide us through difficult times. In these moments, we often find clarity and a renewed sense of direction, a purpose that strengthens our resolve and gives us the motivation to persevere. Growth through adversity is not a linear process. It is messy, uncomfortable, and often full of setbacks, but the very nature of growth is that it requires discomfort and challenges. It is in these moments of difficulty that we are sculpted, refined, and shaped into the individuals we are meant to be. When we embrace adversity as an opportunity for growth rather than a barrier to our happiness, we shift our perspective from victimhood to empowerment. We recognize that we are not defined by our struggles, but by how we respond to them. Each challenge we face is an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more compassionate, to uncover new strengths, and to create a life that is rich with meaning and purpose. Ultimately, growth through adversity is about transformation. It is about moving from a place of limitation to a place of possibility. It is about realizing that within every obstacle lies the potential for growth, and that through our struggles, we are constantly evolving into more capable, more resilient versions of ourselves. Adversity is not something to fear, but something to embrace as an essential part of the human experience, a force that, though difficult, shapes us into the people we are meant to become. Power is often perceived as a finite resource, something that can only be gained at the expense of others. This perspective leads to the idea of a zero-sum game, where one person's gain is another's loss, and success for one means failure for another. This belief is rooted in competition, scarcity, and the notion that there are only so many opportunities, so many resources, and so much space for power to exist. But in reality, power is not a zero-sum game. In fact, power can be a shared resource, one that expands and grows when used collaboratively rather than hoarded or restricted. The traditional view of power as a zero-sum game often fosters division and rivalry. It encourages people to compete against one another for limited positions, opportunities, and recognition, believing that someone else's success means their own failure. But this belief stifles innovation, cooperation, and the potential for collective growth. In truth, when power is shared, when people work together to elevate each other, the potential for growth and success becomes limitless. Power, when understood as something that can be amplified by collaboration rather than diminished by competition, creates a culture where everyone benefits and where success is measured not by how much one person has, but by how much progress the group as a whole can make. In many areas of life, whether in business, community efforts, or personal relationships, the most meaningful successes come not from individual dominance, but from the collective power of people working together. Each person brings their own unique strengths, talents, and perspectives, and when these are combined, the resulting power becomes greater than the sum of its parts. This is the essence of synergy. When individuals unite in a common purpose, the collective power that emerges is not limited by anyone's individual capacity, but grows exponentially as each person contributes to the whole. Rather than subtracting from one another, they add to each other's strength, creating something far more significant than what could be achieved alone. Power is not inherently finite. In fact, it is often generated and multiplied through the connections we build with others. When we empower others, when we share knowledge, resources, or opportunities, we do not lose our own power. On the contrary, we gain more. Helping others rise and succeed can open doors, create new possibilities, and build a network of collaboration that benefits everyone involved. True power comes from lifting others up, from creating a cycle of mutual support and shared success, rather than trying to hold others down to secure our own position. The idea that helping others succeed somehow diminishes our own power is a fallacy. In fact, empowering others only expands our influence because it fosters loyalty, trust, and a culture of cooperation. The belief in power as a non-sum game also invites more ethical and inclusive practices. When we see power as something that can be shared, we are more likely to advocate for equal opportunities, fairness, and justice. We understand that diversity of thought, perspective, and background adds richness and depth to any endeavor. A diverse group with access to shared power is far more likely to innovate and solve problems in creative ways than a homogeneous group where power is concentrated in the hands of a few. Sharing power encourages inclusivity, breaks down barriers, and fosters an environment where everyone has the potential to thrive. When we shift our mindset away from the idea of power as a scarce resource, we start to see that there is more than enough to go around. Instead of viewing the success of others as a threat, we can view it as an opportunity to learn, collaborate, and grow together. In doing so, we create a culture where everyone's contributions are valued and where the success of one individual is celebrated as a win for the entire group. This creates an environment where cooperation replaces competition, where mutual benefit replaces self-interest, and where the growth of others becomes a source of collective strength. Furthermore, the ability to recognize that power is not a zero-sum game encourages us to develop a mindset of abundance. In an abundant world, resources, opportunities, and power are not limited. They can be expanded, created, and shared. The more we give, the more we receive. The more we help others succeed, the more success flows back to us, not just in material terms, but in the form of relationships, opportunities, and the deep sense of fulfillment that comes from contributing to something greater than ourselves. An abundance mindset shifts us away from fear and scarcity, replacing it with confidence, optimism, and a belief that there is always room for more success, more collaboration, and more growth. The idea that power is not a zero-sum game also challenges traditional hierarchical structures that concentrate power in the hands of a few. By democratizing power, by distributing it more equitably, we create systems that are more adaptable, resilient, and capable of sustained success. When power is shared, it allows for more voices to be heard, more ideas to be considered, and more innovative solutions to emerge. It fosters an environment where leadership is not about dominance, but about facilitation, helping others to succeed, empowering them to reach their potential, and enabling the collective group to achieve its goals. Ultimately, the belief that power is a non-null-sum resource is one of the most transformative perspectives we can adopt. It reshapes the way we view relationships, success, and collaboration. Rather than seeing ourselves as competitors in a race for limited resources, we begin to see the power of community, connection, and collective action. We begin to understand that the more we share, the more we create, and the more we lift others up, the higher we all rise. Power in its true form is not something that is owned, controlled, or hoarded. It is something that can grow and flourish through connection, collaboration, and shared purpose. Power lies in vision, because vision is the force that propels us forward, guiding our actions, decisions, and ambitions. A person or a group with a clear vision has an inherent strength that is difficult to ignore, for vision provides purpose and direction in the midst of uncertainty and change. Vision is the foundation upon which the future is built. It's not simply about seeing what is in front of us, but about imagining what could be and then turning that imagination into reality through intentional action. It is the ability to see beyond the present moment, beyond the limitations of the here and now, and to chart a course towards something greater, something transformative. When someone has a strong vision, they become a magnet for others. People are drawn to vision because it speaks to something deep within them, a desire for meaning, for progress, and for belonging to something larger than themselves. A leader with vision doesn't need to impose their will or force others to follow. The vision itself becomes the beacon, the light that guides others along a shared path. People are more likely to invest their energy, time, and resources into something they believe in, something they see as part of a larger purpose. A compelling vision creates alignment not only within a team or community, but within individuals, connecting their personal goals and values to a common mission. In the absence of vision, there is confusion and disarray. Without a clear vision, people wander aimlessly, unsure of where to go or why they are doing what they're doing. Vision gives clarity, focus, and intention. It allows people to make decisions with confidence, knowing that their choices are leading them toward a greater goal. It serves as a compass, helping us navigate through obstacles and setbacks, reminding us of why we started in the first place. With vision, every action, no matter how small, feels meaningful because it is aligned with a greater purpose. It transforms mundane tasks into steps towards something extraordinary. The power of vision also lies in its ability to inspire change. Visionaries have the ability to see opportunities where others see only problems, to imagine solutions where others see only obstacles. This is not because they are exempt from challenges, but because they approach those challenges with a sense of possibility rather than limitation. They see adversity as a stepping stone, not a barrier, and they invite others to share in that belief. Through their vision, they ignite a spark of hope and possibility in others, helping them see that change is not only possible, but within their reach. Vision is inherently optimistic. It allows people to believe in a better future, even when the present feels bleak. A powerful vision transcends individual desires or needs. It is about creating something that benefits the collective. A vision that is rooted in the greater good has the power to unite people from diverse backgrounds and perspectives, to bring them together around a common cause. When people believe in the vision and see how their individual contributions fit into the bigger picture, they feel a sense of ownership and responsibility. Vision provides a sense of community, a sense of belonging to something bigger than any one person. It binds people together, encouraging collaboration, empathy, and shared success. Vision also helps us embrace the future with courage. It is easy to become complacent in the present, to settle into the comfort of what is familiar and known, but vision pushes us beyond our comfort zones, urging us to take risks and challenge the status quo. It fuels innovation, sparking creativity and new ideas that drive progress. Without vision, we would remain stagnant, afraid to venture into the unknown. But with vision, We are emboldened to leap forward, knowing that the risks we take today will lay the foundation for a brighter tomorrow. The power of vision also lies in its ability to sustain us through challenges. Visionaries are often the ones who face the most adversity because they are attempting to create something new, something that has never been done before. Yet it is their vision that keeps them going when others would give up. When the road becomes tough, when setbacks seem insurmountable, vision acts as an anchor, keeping them grounded in their purpose. It provides the motivation to keep moving forward, even when the path is unclear and the obstacles seem overwhelming. Vision keeps us looking ahead, reminding us that the struggles we face today are part of the journey towards something far greater. Moreover, vision is not just about grand ambitions or lofty ideals. It is also about how we approach the everyday moments of life. It's about having a clear sense of direction in our personal lives, knowing what we stand for and where we want to go. When we have vision in our lives, we approach each day with intention, making choices that align with our long-term goals and values. Vision gives us the power to make decisions that are not just reactive to immediate circumstances, but proactive in shaping the future we desire. In a world that is often chaotic, unpredictable, and filled with distractions, vision provides stability and focus. It reminds us of what truly matters and helps us filter out the noise. It allows us to prioritize, to focus our energy on the things that will bring us closer to our ultimate goals, and to avoid being swayed by short-term gains or fleeting distractions. Vision helps us persevere through difficulties, keeping us on track even when things are difficult, because we know where we are headed and why it matters. Ultimately, power lies in vision, because vision gives us the ability to create the future, to shape our reality according to a set of values and goals that reflect who we truly are and what we hope to accomplish. It is the spark that ignites action, the guiding force that leads us through uncertainty, and the unifying force that brings people together. Vision allows us to transcend the limitations of the present moment, to see possibilities where others see impossibilities, and to move forward with purpose and conviction. It is the power to transform not just our own lives, but the world around us, because it gives us the clarity, focus, and courage to make meaningful change. Integrity is one of the most powerful forces we can possess, though it often goes unnoticed or undervalued in a world that sometimes places more emphasis on results and outward success. Yet integrity is the bedrock upon which lasting trust, respect, and personal strength are built. Integrity is not just about doing the right thing when people are watching, but about consistently aligning our actions with our values even when no one is there to see. It is about being whole and undivided, true to ourselves and our principles, no matter the circumstances. This kind of consistency gives us an inner strength that cannot be easily swayed or shaken by external pressures. When we act with integrity, we create an unshakable foundation of trust with others. Trust is one of the most powerful currencies in any relationship, whether in business, friendships, or personal connections. Without integrity, trust erodes and relationships fracture. People can forgive mistakes, they can understand missteps, but they struggle to forgive dishonesty, manipulation, or deceit. Integrity allows us to build meaningful, lasting relationships because it shows others that they can count on us to be truthful, reliable, and principled. This trust we cultivate becomes a powerful asset, allowing us to connect with others on a deeper, more authentic level. Integrity also serves as a guide in times of uncertainty or pressure. Life is filled with situations where we must make difficult choices, sometimes with consequences that may not be immediately clear. In these moments, integrity provides clarity. It is our compass, helping us stay grounded in our values and helping us navigate through challenges without compromising our sense of self. When we act with integrity, even the hardest decisions become easier to make because we know that our actions are aligned with our core beliefs. Integrity offers us the peace of mind that no matter the outcome, we are staying true to ourselves. Furthermore, integrity empowers us to stand firm in the face of adversity in a world that often values expediency or short-term success. Maintaining integrity can feel like swimming against the current. There may be times when doing the right thing is not the easiest or most popular choice, but it is during these times that integrity shines brightest. It gives us the courage to stand up for what we believe in, to speak truth when it is uncomfortable, and to resist the temptation to take shortcuts or deceive others for personal gain. This strength, rooted in authenticity and honesty, allows us to navigate challenges with resilience and conviction. The power of integrity also lies in its ability to inspire and lead by example. When others see us acting with integrity, it encourages them to do the same. Integrity is a quiet, yet powerful form of leadership. It doesn't require loud proclamations or displays of dominance. Instead, it leads by consistently showing up with authenticity and principles. It encourages others to hold themselves to the same standard, creating a ripple effect of integrity that spreads across communities and organizations. A leader who lives with integrity fosters an environment where honesty, transparency, and accountability are valued, inspiring those around them to act in alignment with their own values as well. Moreover, integrity fosters self-respect and internal strength. When we act with integrity, we honor our values, and in turn, we honor ourselves. This leads to a deep sense of fulfillment and self-esteem that comes from knowing that we are living authentically and in alignment with what we believe to be right. The sense of pride and self-respect that comes with acting with integrity cannot be matched by any external validation or recognition. It is a quiet but powerful force that fuels our confidence and guides our actions in all areas of life. Acting with integrity also creates clarity in our decision-making. And when we are true to our values, we can eliminate much of the internal conflict that often arises when we are torn between doing what's easy and doing what's right. Integrity acts as a filter, helping us prioritize the long-term well-being of ourselves and others over temporary gratification. It allows us to make choices that are not clouded by self-interest or short-term gain, but are driven by a deeper understanding of what is truly valuable and important. This clarity is a form of power, as it helps us move forward with confidence, free from the guilt, regret, or self-doubt that can accompany decisions made without integrity. At a broader level, integrity plays a critical role in creating stronger, more cohesive communities. When individuals and groups act with integrity, they create environments where cooperation, trust, and respect thrive. Integrity in communities fosters accountability, open communication, and collective responsibility. It encourages a culture where people can rely on one another, where the common good is prioritized over personal or individual agendas. Integrity creates a space where collaboration and mutual respect are not just ideals, but norms that guide collective action. The power of integrity also allows us to maintain a clear conscience, free from the weight of guilt or dishonesty. Living with integrity means that our decisions are based on truth and we are not burdened by the consequences of deceit. This peace of mind is priceless, for it allows us to focus on what truly matters, to engage fully with others, and to pursue our goals without the constant worry of being found out or questioned. Integrity allows us to sleep soundly at night, knowing that we are aligned with our values and that we have acted in a way that reflects our best selves. Ultimately, integrity is a quiet, enduring power. It doesn't need to be loud or flashy. It doesn't need to demand attention. Its power lies in its consistency and its ability to create lasting trust, respect, and strength. Integrity is what allows us to build relationships, lead others, and navigate life with confidence and purpose. It is the foundation of our character, and when we live with integrity, we unlock the deepest, most enduring source of personal and collective power. Integrity does not just shape who we are, it shapes the world around us, fostering environments of trust, respect, and authentic connection that enable us to rise together. In conclusion, integrity is not just a virtue, it is a powerful force that shapes our lives, our relationships, and the world around us. It is the bedrock of trust, the guiding principle in times of uncertainty, and the quiet strength that allows us to navigate challenges with resilience and purpose. Living with integrity doesn't always come easy, but it is through this unwavering commitment to truth, authenticity, and values that we build lasting connections, inspire others, and cultivate inner peace. As we move forward, let us remember that power is not always about domination or external achievements, but about staying true to who we are and what we believe in, regardless of the circumstances. Integrity doesn't just define our character, it defines the impact we have on the world. By living with integrity, we empower ourselves and others to rise higher, act with honor, and create a future rooted in trust and respect. So let integrity be the foundation upon which we build our lives, for it is in the steadfast pursuit of truth that we find the truest form of power.